Hey, what's up everyone? GameSpot's live coverage of E3 2010 continues. My name is Brian Eckberg and I'm happy to be here with Patrick Liu from EA, and we're talking about Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. E3 treating you good so far?
Yeah, busy times.
As always, this week has a tendency to be pretty busy.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
There's a whole single player campaign that's going to be part of the game, but of course we've got multiplayer being developed by the folks at DICE.
Yeah.
They're known for this stuff. They know this space pretty well, right?
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, so, well, first of all, like from a goal standpoint, what does DICE want to do with the Medal of Honor multiplayer that maybe wasn't in Bad Company 2 or something like that?
Yeah. So I mean, we saw this as a huge opportunity for us to do something new, like fresh, but still within the military shooter genre.
Right.
So it's definitely not Battlefield, and something that we're trying to do now, is lean into the values of Medal of Honor franchise, the authenticity of things, and what it's about. And what we're doing now is basically something more authentic. So it's not so much about the bombastic destruction or stuff like that. It's more grounded and more about infantry combat. What the soldiers are doing in Afghanistan. So that's basically what we're doing now.
Very nice. So I think we have it. Do we have it running? Are we showing the game where we can actually see this thing in action? Because I think we've got it live up and running, right?
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. The goal is to have it live and up and running. Tell me about numbers. How many people can play online? What kind of numbers are we talking about?
We're gonna be 12 versus 12 players in basically all the game modes. We're only talking about 2 of the game modes here today, but we're gonna have more than 2 definitely.
Okay, awesome. And so once we get that footage up of the game, how many people are going to be playing it here in this demo?
This particular demo, it's a live demo, so it's completely unpredictable.
Yes.
But hopefully we'll have full server, and it's people here on the show floor, and hopefully some people back at EA also playing with us today.
So we have people here, PlayStation
3.
The Microsoft booth, is that right?
No, at their EA booth.
Oh, I see.
So,
at your booth.
Yep.
Okay. So they're all over. They're spread all over.
Yeah, and so it's a real gameplay. It's real playtest, and we'll see. How my guy is playing out here.
Here we go. Now
nice.
we're on.
Yeah, there we go.
Up and running. All right. So set this up. Where are we? What map are we playing?
So this map is set in Kabul city. So all the locations that we have, all the maps that we have, are based or inspired by real locations in Afghanistan. So there's a wide variety of locations there. You have the snowy barren mountains, we have lush valleys, we have rural villages, and we have an urban setting here as well.
Right.
And the game that we're seeing here is called Team Assault, which is basically a team deathmatch type game. It's very fast paced, very hectic. You keep on the move all the time, and just lean on your skill basically.
So you're not. You want people moving. It's not necessarily tactics, stealth, and it's run and gun. Is that a fair way to put it, or a mix?
Yeah. I mean, this is aimed towards that. This game mode. There's a lot of vertical gameplay and stuff like that, but the other game mode, or the map that we're showing here today, or not on this show, but that's Helmand Valley that you've seen as well.
Yeah.
That game was called Combat Mission, which is much more tactical. It's objective based. You run through 5 objectives as coalition against terrorists. So we want to cover all bases basically, with all the game modes that we're going to offer. So everyone will find something that they like.
Nice. So it looks like we're changing classes here. Tell us a little bit about this and our options.
Right now you're seeing him customizing his weapons. So we have 3 classes, but each class has a number of weapons. So that means that they're quite varied in themselves, and then each weapon can be customized as you want. So there are a number of modifications, a number of slots that you can customize, and you can change it on the fly, so you can adjust to what the situation is like.
Change it on the fly while you're alive, or in between respawns?
Yeah, in between.
Okay, cool. Well, military shooters like this, people love the weapons, so tell us about the guns and that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have persistence here, so as you play and as you rank up, you unlock more weapons, more modifications. And what we're adding on top of this, that at some point you're being chosen to become a tier 1 operator.
Okay.
So you earn the right to have a beard and your hat, and
Nice.
you're gonna look badass. Yeah.
I like that. Nice. And so what does that mean from a gameplay standpoint, being a tier 1 operator?
it doesn't mean that much really. It's more of a bragging right. So people will see that, okay, this guy's
badass.
He's badass. Yeah.
So, and how do I go about earning that? Do I just kill a lot of people, earn a lot of XP?
Yeah, there are two ways of doing it. You can rank up, just by grinding points.
Right.
We also promote a lot of skill. So we're exposing your skill values. So you always see, how well you're doing to, against everyone else.
Okay.
And we're showing kind of stars and stuff like that, so people know who is the most skilled player on the server.
So how long would it take a typical player to reach that status? Is it entirely dependent on their skill, or is there, 10 hours you're pretty much going to get there?
Yeah, it will take a couple hours to get there, but if you're more skilled, you will go pretty quickly. But you still have the grinding bit to grind up and unlock all your weapons.
Very nice. I want that beard. I want the hat.
I have the shades here.
Yeah, that's them.
The beard.
You'll get there one day.
Yeah.
So you're showing off 2 maps here at E3. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So Cabell and then Helmand Valley.
Yeah.
Vehicles?
Vehicles. We have vehicles on Helmand. There are a couple of Bradleys over there. So if you look at how they're fighting in Afghanistan, it's just not that like they have a army of choppers and tanks and stuff like that. It's more like they have a couple of ones that can run in the mountains. And the few tanks that we have there are very valuable, so you really have to protect them and have them help out. It's critical for them to take the next objective, basically.
Well, I've got a lot of questions coming in from the audience. You want to take a few of these?
All right, okay.
All right. Here's a good question. Julian Durst from, Westfield, New Jersey, wants to know, is the game based on the real war in Afghanistan, or is it a fictional war in the same country? This is based on real world events, right?
It's based on real world events, so it's not any actual event in there.
Right.
So,
but real world locations.
Yeah, but we call it fictional history. So at the same time, it's not about the war itself. It's about the soldier's story. So we're not saying that we like killing terrorists. It's more about these tier 1 guys and their situation there, and the families back home thinking of them, and so it's really more about telling a soldier's story.
Yeah.
If you see like movies and books and TV, they all tell stories about current events, and we think this is the ultimate medium to tell that story, really.
And there's more to learn about the Modern Warfare single-player game, but you guys are focused mainly on multiplayer here at E3, right?
So we have the LA team working on single-player, and we just chose the best teams within EA for each part. So in LA, they're best at the single-player part, and DICE is, apparently the best multiplayer part.
They know all about multiplayer.
Yeah.
So I think you touched on it a little bit earlier, but one of the reasons people love DICE multiplayer games so much is because you have that sense of progression. You're always progressing, you're always unlocking things. Can you talk about how that will work here with Medal of Honor?
Yeah, I mean, we do have the usual progression tree, and you have to progress for each class separately. And then on top of that, we add the skill part. So that's variable. You can go up and you can go down again if you have a slump at some point. But otherwise, really want to promote the competitive gameplay as well. So we're offering, for the PC, we're offering dedicated servers, even more added admin features like spectate mode and stuff like that.
Nice.
And I think people will really appreciate that.
I was just going to ask you about dedicated servers. Those we'll confirm. Those are in the game?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Daniel Mastolke from Melbourne, Australia wants to know, are there kill streak awards?
Well, there's something that we call score chains.
Okay.
And the whole idea is that we want to promote everything that you're doing well. So it's not just about killing people, it's about helping out your team. So capturing objectives, buffing your team, and doing nice kills like headshots will give you more points. And those points feed something that we call support actions. Yeah, there you go. Oh man, good kill. So the support actions are basically, you have always 2 choices. So there's an offensive one, which could be a missile or a mortar strike or whatever. There's also a defensive one that's a UAV or damage boost or health boost to your teammates. So you have tactical choice of being on the offensive or the defensive side. Either way, you'll help your own team. but we want to promote, all kinds of good behavior apart from just killing people.
Right.
Because that's what it's about.
All right, well, on Monday you guys announced the gun club thing that you're going to have the beta for Medal of Honor. A lot of people are asking about the beta, so how do people get involved?
Oh, that's a good question. Mainly you can do that by pre-ordering the game.
Okay.
I think there will be other channels. I'm actually not sure how that's going to work. And we're launching on 21st, but if you are a BC2 player and you have the VIP code, you will get early access that starts actually tomorrow for PC and PS3.
Nice.
Xbox 360 will be a bit delayed, and we're very sorry for that. But if you keep looking out for our Twitter and official Facebook page, and you get updates when the beta will be available and how you get hold of the beta.
Awesome. All right. Well, the final question, of course, is when are we all going to be playing Medal of Honor when it comes out? When's the game come out?
It's going to come out on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC in October 12th and October 15th in Europe.
Okay, well, Patrick, Lou, thank you so much for being here. We look forward to it. Thanks for all the guys playing it. We appreciate that. Nice to see you. Enjoy the rest of your E3, okay? Yeah. All right, there you go. This is your look at Medal of Honor. GameSpot's live coverage of E3 2010 continues. I didn't hear it in my ear, but I think we're going to another show floor report from the floor of E3 2010.